Greetings, everyone, the boys and girls. This is James here speaking. And how's it going? Today is on to Friday night rush hour, and this is the first day of the March. Excuse me. This is the first day of the March month here. As I hereby, I'm gonna have to talk this long story with Friday night rush hour. Excuse me. My phone's a notification spread the sound to the background. It's getting straight into it. Anyway, just give me have to throat it clearly. So anyway, this is what I've at this. I'm gonna have to feel like a familiar a long history, and which of that I have been like. I usually had to play the gaming as a gamer, as I usually I've been played the gamer as a personal hobbies, and I usually at that times I've played the gaming sitting at the front of the computers console, PlayStation 1 and 2 as classic when I talk to the friends online since 2000 decades. And look what we have to something in here, and I'm gonna have to talk the straight into it. So it's gotta be the little bit tough that like Vox has a talking about the DemonStar Media stuff. So I gotta have straight. So this time they're gonna make the videos they call it "How Am I Thought and Feeling with DemonStar Media Big Dream Come True." Alright, so I was only about 6 or 7 years old when I just living in the family household when James family donated a new house as alongside of it with the subsequent sister, cousin, aunties, uncles, and my dad bought with the first computers since when I was a little kid, as a newborn for the baby as a child, and I usually have to logging on to first computers at the Windows 95 and Windows 98. That make me feel like the big dreams that I remember it. Windows 95 and Windows 98. So from that to the flashback, from that to the flashback to memories of before. There was indie computer games that the only one of my childhood developer friends named Scott Host, and he is the only one the creators of Galactic, Raptors, and DemonStar. And it's to be honestly the 1997 back in the 1996 and 1997, Scott Host began as a development the third game incarnations that working at titles of Galactic 2, and it is supposed to be the sequel of the Galactic, and until it had to rename it, call it DemonStar, it's now finally the name of the combiners of Demon Star. Demon Star is the name of the Scott Host's third game incarnation of project. During this development of processing, and he's been used Raptor Call of the Shadows sprite modified and heavily modified, which is an act of the prequels that made the prototype version, like Star Wars prequel trilogies movie, and I've been to watch the Star Wars prequel trilogies movie before, and so a whole lot of it's spent have the times and have views. And after the testing with the DemonStar project, the prototype, when it got hired by John, Kevin Blackman, Robert Prince, and Mike. Mike is also hired as voice acting, so voice talent this. Then, therefore, Scott Host very hard to be the worked it with this with 3D models that rendered in it, and he's been the user of true space 3D, the creating the uniquely the texturing maps and rendering the graphics of the movement of the 2D sprites and make it look like the Raiden games homaged. So that being 1997's downside of quality that idiotic one of it, I don't know, the original game's publisher. That one of it takes one of the unwanted products. It was they wanted to put this sticker on into the front of the box cover, and Scott also tried to telling the Ionos not to put any sticker on it because the only this Raptor Call of the Shadows have already been only for the first game installment that it's supposed to have a second game incarnation. It's already been created the second game incarnation, and then Ionos had requested this require the sticker into the DemonStar original box in there, but Scott also tried to yelling to Ionos to not put any of the stickers with the sequel to Raptor, and Ionos refusing to warning him, and Scott also became jealously and disrespectful for Ionos. And so the worst of them company, the Electronic Arts. And then the DemonStar, the first release in 1997, the Christmas at the time, the first version, that won the kids, the customers that bought with the new indie computer games of a DemonStar that came out in the marketing at the computer store, and the kids that looks at it realizes that stickers, these was a has a DemonStar, that a Raptor is what they're calling out to the note that it said. It's a circular to orange lightning bolts with text in it. It is just read like a long-awaited sequel to Raptor Call of the Shadows, and the kids just tried installing on the DemonStar files. When it open up, as a result that it is actually broken, and it's a fatal errors and incorrect version of a DemonStar has that to confirm it is the kids that realize that the Raptor sequel is nothing to look at it, nothing to look like it. The sequel to Raptor is actually the main DemonStar third game incarnation that came out. The kids got a problem, and so they find out contacted to Scott Host and so complaining with this, but DemonStar first version says doesn't work as functional at all. That's with the broken version on it, and so figure out that Ionos is completely idiotic, the demonetized of marketing. Then he became unhappy to Ionos. Then he just started arguments and complaining about what has put their wrong decision the wrong way, has put the wrong version of a disc, the games on it. And Scott Host and Kevin Blackman's response to the Ionos were disrespectfully, and thankfully Ionos publishers apologized for what they have done and what they have as wrong decisions, rather put the wrong way there. And Scott Host decided to have to fix the version 1.1 instead. And then the DemonStar, originally the Ionos, the 1.1's completely normal, so without any problem. That the version 1.1 just became very rare, as obscurously, uniquely, the existing the internet at a brighter day, and also and my life, and I couldn't get the chance to get to play the DemonStar prototypes, and I've been watching the behind the scene videos there, and there's the buried treasures there's the Scott Host buried treasures that 25 years after that he's on the computer files, but I've been told of it the Scott Host, and with the showcases of how am I different than the prototype. This was a 2D pixel arts, deluxe paints, then the final versions of quality once the player's ships are rendering the Raptor X fighters. And so it kind of looks different graphics, different detail, gameplay, and among of it something stuff, and the DemonStar also homage versions of Raiden game series. The Scott hosts got played the Viper Pace 1, Raiden Fire Trilogy, and these was only for DemonStar Media. It's only one of the first installment. And then back in 2006, when I was a childhood friendly contacted, but talked it. I would try for the professional speaker to talk to the students. When I brought them up the juniors classes, has to takes up the career where I was against the games designers, the programmers, art and animation. I've been watched the classic cartoon, British, Canadians, Asians, the classic cartoon, classic anime. I watched 1,000 times, and I pursuing the traditional art. And also, I began the gamer as a personal hobby. When I installed it onto CD games and collections, I discovered when I searched, I found DemonStar. It was done by Scott Host and small team from Sagacho in-house studio. Sagacho, the in-house studios, so basically they're focusing the consumer to make the indie computer games. They have been hired the Ronnie Smith, Michael, Patrick's, and some others. Some lines of groups, formerly members from different indie computer developers, countries, and something else. When I installed it on the DemonStar, and I've been played the DemonStar 100 times, and it's barely enough. And what I just got us away from the computers, and I'm sitting on the front of the televisions. And then during the first school at the classes at the time, I was been good the professional speak and the professional traditionally pursuing the arts careers. And then also I resuming on the computer works in the computer games once. And I played the pick any favorite indie PC Windows games, favorite indie computer games, and this was really recognized that I have the 101 games. So this includes the DemonStar Media that became the pop culturance. It's good thing to know. These was had the DemonStar Media. DemonStar Media is a long spending at running around 25 plus years after, but unfortunately, developer has run out the idea and lacks of a games development processing that went through the very difficult times that Ronnie Smith is tired of all of this, and he decided to left the studios, and Scott Host got hired at PopCap Games. He had to work at the PopCap Games as a games designer, the programmer of music, and something else. and leaving it behind that remaining unfinished state, and completed the project. As Jarrell Davis and Richard Benson has left from the studios, and it went to long break hiatus. That's what the DemonStar Media cancel cartridge, and then this New Year's later, I happened to pick up the original, the sequel works, the DemonStar 2, and it went to the rework to reshape it into independently animation film project like Marvel Cinematic Universe. For this was once, and it took place in Thailand, Japan, the United States, and what is the best to make the big budgets run with it, the productions the whole time. And then, as I grew up as a child, teenagers, and now as a young adulthood, I usually have to play these even more evidence fans with Melty King Studio games with Galactics, Raptor, DemonStar, Asteroid, Treasure, Juno, Nemesis, Wand, Rampage, Hypertron, and all of those. I was formerly the fans with the Melty King Studio, but now I am became production contribution works with Melty King Studio back in 2015 after I signed agreements with Scott Hose and became a childhood developer friend with him. As far as I know, as a young adulthood, I began to pursue to make the independently sought as an independent filmmaker and video makers and animation. And there's adaptations that make the full projects, the big budget needs some funds, the all of the kind of money stuff that the marketing dealers, and even though the DemonStar Media pop culturance is using with the Fallout style and Star Wars, Star Trek, Babylon 5, Battlestar Galactica, and everything else that influences sci-fi stuff. And I don't have to say that's for the favorite things to do. That I usually play the DemonStar Media series, but within more than 9,000 times, which is a amazingly journey as my life as well. And then I became the officially mascot of Melty King Studios, as it is now incarnation as General James. That's me. I introduced General James in DemonStar Media. That's right. And then also, Melty King Studios are also provided the new generations to make indie virtual YouTuber performing on YouTube, Twitch, the live streaming, the broadcasting till every Saturday and Sunday. And I have been working at the virtual YouTuber performing on Melty King Studio, where I've been doing the behind the scene, making of the animations, cool stuff, and also showing the games. I've been played the DemonStar Original Missions that came out to Christmas 2023, and I usually play a long serve at the DemonStar Original Missions. And then, in addition to the rumors, DemonStar does Woodman, which is led to magically to transform into the most unusual provided that Japanese anime mecha styles like Robotech, Gundam, Cowboy Bebop, and some giant robots, cool stuff. And it would to the later distribution of publishers that James Software Coast to the picking up that DemonStar Media, Raptor, Galactics, and also asteroid impact as well. So anyways, that's just pretty much after the talking about it. How am I saw it and feeling with the DemonStar Media, and I've been the longest serving, like over the past few years that created from the decades from the past, as a childhood, a teenagehood, but now as an adulthood, I became look like incarnations of General James right here. So yeah, well, I guess I was talking this, but topically it took me like 20 minutes straight. Man, that's a lot of long story. It's a really long story. Jeez, cheesy macaroni. So yeah, and obviously, and I've been the longest serving as General James as live action, but now, and I'll be able to slip into the bed and deep inside the magically matrix reality. Hopefully this the General James would be the new look like the virtual YouTuber at King Studios. Yep, the King Studio companies is now introduced the virtual YouTubers. The virtual YouTuber saga is all beginning from 2020 decades exists right here. Anyway, to the boys and girls, so that's just pretty much have to say. And I was talking is a pretty much a little bit tough. So I was talking too much that I really too tired, and I'll have to just back to the work. So anyway, so that's just pretty much it I was gonna say right now. So make sure you have to like, share, subscribe our personal and the gaming channel. Want to see the more videos as well, subscribe to various indie studio companies as my own right here. I put the links in the description, and play the DemonStar original mission for Steam from King Studio. I put the links down here in the description. Buy it as you want. So, and hopefully DemonStar series will be as an unofficial released by the James Software Company, James Software Co. version, except one of the idiotics, the Ionos, the original games publisher, that I am the longest service of popular culture as mascot with King Studio. That's just pretty much I have to say. So thank you all for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next video. Remember to go out to smile, and to hear by the professionals speak. This is James here speaking. We're signing out. Have a good day, boys and girls, and as always, later, and take care.